for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Herbert. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him, and I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this pass broken up.
Well, the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This from 36 yards out. And this one is right through. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Murray. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He finds his man complete. That's Murray. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Yellow, yellow.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it'll be 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Terry McLaurin, 28 yards. And the Chiefs have moved out in front. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. The Charger drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Give to Davis Price up the middle here. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. DK Metcalf, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers have regained the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Off the option, here's Henry.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Yellow, yellow.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
43.
From the 31, Mahomes.
This will go to Henry out wide. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now here's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The 40, 30, past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this.
And oh, it's blocked. Oh, the Chiefs have got it. There he goes left side. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Boy, at this point, I don't know what's going on down there. You got guys running one way on the pick 6 now, running the other way to return the blocked extra point.
It's almost like that guy went this way, but the other guy went that way. And guess what? Both of them scored points.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Mahomes to throw once more. And caught by Henry. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Mahomes going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. And this one is incomplete. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On 2nd and 2, Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A give left side for Davis Price. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Herbert. Forced out to his left. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Flushed, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. George Karlaftis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing now is Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
A big loss on the play. Fourth down.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And he finds McLaurin. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Try to sit on a lead and play that way. That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. Butker now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Charger drive about to get going. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert. He gets this one to Davis Price. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On the West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Herbert throwing again. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Davis Price up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Davis Price gets this one out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is indeed good, but there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. On the handoff, Davis Price. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and we are tied. They return it to the house. And now Charles, the extra point, can give them the lead.
And they did it on defense. What a play.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
Now Herbert. Drops this underneath for Davis Price. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Throwing, Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run with Davis Price. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Herbert. He's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
He's going to let it fly.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.